Alright, so welcome back to another video. So we're going to go ahead and set up our session store. And basically we're going to have it so that it can save all of our session data to the database instead of saving it into memory. So we're going to have to install a package called Mongo or Connect Mongo. So let's go ahead and do that. So yarn add connect Mongo. Okay. Let's go inside. I'll probably do this inside create app. Yep. So we'll go right over here, and I'm going to go ahead and import Mongo store from connect-mongo. Okay. Once I've done that, what I'm going to do, actually, you know what? Let me just import this as store instead. Okay. Once we have done that, let's go down over to our session. Enable sessions. Okay, so we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna go underneath the cookie property. We're gonna just create a property for store, and we're gonna reference that import that we import up there, store, and we're gonna call the create method. Okay, and then we're gonna pass in the Mongo URL, and it's just gonna be the same exact URL that you passed in over here. Okay, so paste that in there. And let's go ahead and see what happens. So let me go ahead and run the server again. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to just clear my cookies. Well, it doesn't even matter because it was saved in memory, so it wouldn't even work anyways. But let's go ahead and re-authenticate again. So let's go to Discord. Let's authorize. So we successfully authenticated. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. You're going to see that a new collection popped up for sessions. And if you look over here, this is the session ID, and it expires literally a week from today. And then if I expand this session data, it's a little bit annoying to kind of like work with this sometimes because the way that they save the session data, they save it as a string. But you can see that right over here. Hopefully I can kind of like show you if it will want to work. There we go. Okay, so pay attention over here. So you see the ID of these users, 61F9FA3. Okay, if we go over to users, it's literally corresponding with this user. Okay, so and it's basically this user's object ID for the document inside this users collection. Okay, and literally that's pretty much it. So now let's go ahead and show you something else that's cool on why you want to implement session stores. So what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and set up a route inside auth. So inside our authentication router, let me set up a status route. So this is just going to be a status check to see if we're logged in or not. So we'll go ahead and do this. So we're actually going to have to write a middleware function because we're going to have to protect our routes, and I'll show you how we can do that. But for now, what we'll do is we'll say if rec.user res.send rec.user. And you know what? Let me do this instead. Let me do this. Turn rec.user. Let me turn an operator. So if the user's truthy, that means the user's logged in, right? Because remember, passport will take care of populating this rec.user property. That's what passport will do for us, okay? And if the user's not defined, which means that the user's not logged in, okay, we'll just go ahead and set the status to 401, and we'll just end it like that. Okay, so now watch this. Because my session data is saved in the store, if I were to go to /status, I would get back the user's details. Now, let me open up the cookies. Let me clear the cookies. Okay. Now let me refresh. You're going to see that it gives me back a 401. Okay, it says this page is not working. Okay. I can also, I don't like that. Let me just do this. Let me do message unauthorized. I like this better. There we go, unauthorized. Okay. And if I were to log in right now, okay, so we're logged in. and I can definitely visit the route. Okay. Now, if I restart the server, I'm still going to be logged in. Okay. If I were to go back and undo the changes that I made with the store, if I got rid of the store, let me just comment this out. Let's save. Okay. If I refresh, you're going to see it says unauthorized because right now it's using the memory store instead of the database. Okay. So even if I logged in right now, okay, so let me just show you again. So just want to, hopefully make sure that you all understand how this whole process works. Okay, so if I refresh, let me go back to the status route. It's going to work, right? Now I'm going to restart the server, so I'm just going to save. It'll auto restart for me. Refresh, unauthorized. Okay, so when we use the actual database to store all of our session data, okay, it's going to persist that session. So when the server starts up again, it'll restore the original session. Okay, even on the server side, if the session expires, it'll know. So it'll say, hey, look, you're unauthorized. Relog in again, right? So let me go ahead and go into here. Let me just delete these sessions real quick. Let's go back here. We're unauthorized. Let's log in again. Okay, let's go to status. Okay, so we're logged in. Restart the server. Okay, the server just restarted. Just do it again. Okay, restart it. We're still logged in. Now, let me refresh. I can actually just delete the session data. Okay, if I refresh, unauthorized. Okay, and if the session expires, you can test it yourself. You can set the max age to be something like 10 seconds. Once it expires, the user will be the user's cookie that they sent to our servers is not going to be valid. Okay, and again, this is why this whole thing, Passport, it's so nice. It takes care of everything for us. Okay, so we're pretty much done. So this is all these episodes so far was just to show you how to actually properly set literally the whole backend up. Okay, we have authentication. We have checking the auth status. We have session stores. We have cookies. We have everything set up. So now, going forward, we can actually start setting up all the other endpoints, such as communicating with the Discord API to get all the users' guilds, get all the users' guild commands. There's the slash commands, everything. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do next is we're gonna actually start. I think we're gonna start going into the Next.js tutorial. I'm gonna show you how we can set up the front end. Once we're done with that, we're gonna connect both the Next.js app with the actual Express app, and then you're gonna see how those two applications will communicate with each other. Okay, and then we can actually start to perform server-side rendering, fetch all data from Next.js, or I'm sorry, fetch all data from our Next app, from the API, from our Express API, and then we'll render everything out. So that's going to be pretty much it. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.